Hey everybody, Steve here today with a Q&A video. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but the other day I received a comment from Dogs Are Family suggesting that I answer questions from viewers. And I'm always happy to do that, but I don't really get a lot of questions. I get a lot of comments, but not necessarily a lot of questions. So I opened up my phone and I went into the back end of YouTube, and you can search comments by viewers who have left questions. So I did that, and I found that actually there have been quite a few questions. And so I thought I would answer some of those for you today. So here's a really interesting question, and I was actually thinking about making a video about this topic even before I got this question. The question's from Richard Long, and Richard asks, it's kind of a statement and a question. He says, "This video seriously has 11,000 comments." He's referring to my short video that I did a few months ago called "Only $1 for a Package of Hot Dogs at Walmart." I mean, this video where I happen to be again at Walmart doing my grocery shopping, and I noticed this huge display of hot dogs, Bar S hot dogs, which I'd never even heard of before, and they were on sale for $1 for an entire package of hot dogs. Now this was this year, this was just a few months ago. An entire package of hot dogs for $1. Well, I thought, well, that's really interesting, kind of crazy in 2025. And so I just made a 15-second short video and shared it. Never in a million years did I expect almost now 12,000 comments on that video. And yesterday it reached 1 million views, like my cheese ball video. So both of those videos, well, both are over 1 million views now. And that in itself is crazy, but 11,000 views. If you've never had a YouTube channel, that may not seem like a lot to you, but if you have had a YouTube channel, you know just how difficult it is to get one comment on a video. When you first start out and you first share a video, your first year or so, you're lucky if you get 2 or 3 comments per video. My videos actually, most of them average, a couple thousand views, and I get maybe 100 to 200 comments. If you hit a nerve and you come up with a topic that a lot of people happen to be really interested in or can really relate to, you might get a lot more comments, but I almost never get 1,000 comments on any video. 500 if it's a really, really popular video, 1,000 once a year maybe. So to get 11,000, that would probably take me, to answer all of those, would take me the rest of my life. And I keep getting more and more every day. They don't stop. For some reason, this short video about hot dogs really touched a nerve. I don't know why people are so interested in talking about hot dogs, the price of hot dogs. Richard Long couldn't believe that I got 11,000 comments, and neither could I. Now, this next comment I just got just the other day, and I was really surprised. It's from Richard Hales. And I don't know if Richard's trying to be mean, or if it just comes across that way, or I'm really not sure. I don't know how to interpret his comment. Richard says, "YouTubers often say, 'I'm doing this for my family, so they can remember our experiences.' I don't believe it. If I'm right, what could be their real motive?" So his question is not for me, it's actually for all of you. He wants to know if other viewers and subscribers are like him, and they don't believe me, and they don't believe all of us YouTubers who say, the reason we create these personal channels like this is a personal vlog, it's just about my personal life, and I'm not really sure why he would be so skeptical about our motives for creating a channel. I mean, I don't get that. So my question to you is, why would Richard be so skeptical and think we're lying and trying to deceive our viewers and subscribers by saying this is our reason for doing it? So my reason is exactly what I said it is, and what Richard doesn't believe it is. My reason for starting this channel was because I wanted to make personal videos that I could share with my friends and family, and that once I'm gone, they would have all these video memories of our times together, or just my time on my own doing what I do. And one of the reasons I did that is because I grew up in a family where everybody in our family took pictures of every event, everything. I mean, my mom, my grandmother, my grandfather, everybody took pictures. And I grew up in a family where we just did that. Everything was photographed. We didn't have we didn't have cell phones back then where you could just also make a video. Or I'm sure we would have thousands of videos as well. I tend to like videos better than photos. I like photos, but videos are even better because you've got the person speaking or you're talking and laughing and doing things, and it's just awesome, I think, to have that as a memory. And I'm just so envious of everyone who was born after iPhones were invented. They've got all these video memories, so when they're old, they can watch them back. And when they're gone, their family, their friends, their kids, grandkids, whatever, can watch those and know who that person was through their video. They can hear their voice talking about their life or the events they went to or whatever. So why would everyone not want to do that? And why would that not be a good enough reason to make a YouTube channel? And so is Richard thinking that our main motivation or our real motivation is to make money? Is that what it is? I mean, that could be one thing. And it's funny, once I started my channel, I didn't even monetize it for the first year or two. Wasn't even thinking about money. I didn't really think anybody would watch except my family and friends. And then I discovered, unfortunately, I shared this before, that my friends and family weren't interested in my videos now or ever. And that was kind of disheartening. That was kind of like rude. And, it was like, wow, geez, well, they have their own lives. Everyone's so busy these days. We all have our own lives. It's not like it was when we were growing up. And they have their own interests, their own lives. They're not that interested, or they're just busy. They might be interested in me and my life, but they're just busy and they just don't have time to watch videos about my life, my boring life. Once I realized that friends and family, for the most part, I do have some friends and family who do watch, but after I started my channel and I realized, okay, friends and family aren't that interested in watching, I thought, well, should I just stop doing it? And I thought, well, no, even if I'm the only one watching, I'd still like to have these memories for myself for when I get older, because I started, my first YouTube channel about 10 years ago when I was still young. I was only 60 years old, a little over 60. Barbara Johnson asks, Steve, what is the best way to start a YouTube channel? Asking for a friend. That's a topic that not only I could talk about for hours and hours and share all of my experience, and I have talked about that many times over the years in various videos, but my advice to anyone who wants to start a channel would be to go to YouTube and type in how to start a YouTube channel within YouTube. And you're going to come up with thousands and thousands of videos on the best ways to start a YouTube channel, how to get new subscribers, how to get monetized, how to upload a video, how to create a video, how to edit a video. Everything you could ever want to know, there are thousands and thousands of channels. In fact, those are some of the most popular channels on YouTube, where these are just experts and gurus, YouTube experts, helping you make better videos. And when I first started my channel, I kind of had the same question as Barbara. After a while, I don't know if it was maybe 6 months to a year, I realized, well, I think it was once people started watching my videos, just random strangers, which I didn't even know that was possible or that would even happen. And I started getting more and more subscribers. I thought, oh, this is interesting. Well, maybe I should try to make my videos a little bit better. And so I just did that. I just searched on YouTube how to make better YouTube videos. That's when I discovered all these channels. And there's a lot of them. And some of them are excellent. But the really good ones, they're going to come up first. So probably the first 5 or 10 videos that pop up are going to be the most popular channels. And they really are really helpful. So Phantom Canuck Vent, it got cut off, so I think it's Vent, I don't know, Vent or Vince, asked the question, have you been checked for lymphoma? My legs and body itch for months following up to a Hodgkin's lymphoma diagnosis. It messed with my immune system and causes itching. Bathing in Calgon wouldn't even make it stop. Yeah, I appreciate the concern and the tip, Phantom, and no, I haven't been checked for that. I've been checked for pretty much everything else, but quite a few other viewers and subscribers have also asked questions about my itching from my itching videos that I shared recently, and they asked for follow-up. So I did go to a dermatologist. I'm going to my cardiologist in 2 days, but my dermatologist prescribed some ointment or some anti-itching ointment that's worked like magic. Actually, she prescribed the same thing that Urgent Care did, and it's worked beautifully. So it seems like it is some kind of eczema. And I have another follow-up after the first of the year because I still need to see my cardiologist to hopefully be removed from some of the medications that I am on that can also cause itching. So if I'm able to get rid of some of those medications, then we'll know for sure. If it goes away, then we'll have a better idea that it probably is from the medications. But right now, the ointments or the creams that I'm anti-itching cream that I'm using is working like magic, and it almost immediately takes away the itch. It keeps popping up in different places, different itching, and she said it's very normal and she said she's pretty sure it's just, as I'm getting older, I'm just getting more eczema that I've had. I probably have had it in the past, but it's just getting worse and worse as I get older. So anyway, to answer questions from all of you who have asked, so it's not likely, in my case, lymphoma or anything, because the cream is working. And so it's probably eczema, but it could also be medications that I'm taking for my heart. So I'll know more after the first of the year, but thank you all for asking that. I appreciate it, and for your suggestions. Oh, here's another one. This is interesting. This one's from Carla Cook. Carla says, you said have the fireplace on. So it's electric, not wood burning? It looks so real. Carla's referring to the video that I did titled, Seriously, $29 for a single piece of pie? I was sitting in front of the fireplace here and I had turned it on, and it just didn't even occur to me that some people don't have fireplaces that you can turn on and they just automatically go on. It's not an electric fireplace, it's a gas fireplace. That's why it looks so real. It has logs and gas, and it looks just like a real fireplace. I mean, you'd hardly know the difference. Here in Palm Springs, I don't know if all of California is the same, but Palm Springs outlawed fireplaces where you can use wood because of all the air pollution. This was like, I don't know, decades ago they outlawed it for any new homes. Now, if you have an older home in Palm Springs and you have a wood burning fireplace, it's still allowed. So a lot of times in the winter, I'm out on my walks and man, I can really smell all the smoke in the air from all the fireplaces, because it does get very cold here in the winter. As I mentioned, it can get down to 30 degrees, 20 degrees in December and January. We have a newer home. We bought it when it was brand new, and Palm Springs does not allow wood burning fireplaces any longer. So what they do here, I don't think I've ever seen an electric fireplace here in Palm Springs, although I do see them on house hunters a lot. They seem to be real popular now, where it just looks more like almost like a video of a fire. So it doesn't look real at all to me. I mean, still, I guess it's kind of nice, but we have a real fireplace with real logs. I mean, they're ceramic logs, so they get hot, and they also give off heat. But it's gas, just a gas fireplace, and you just turn it on. There's a switch, like a light switch, on and off. So it's instant fireplace. I love it. It's fantastic. And I think when we were down at the beach, when we lived in Laguna or in Orange County, we bought our townhome there brand new, and it was the same thing. It would just, you'd flip it on or off. Oh, no. Actually, I'm wrong. We actually had a real fireplace there, and we would put wood burning logs. And I remember when we first moved in, we forgot to open the flue, and all the smoke came in and filled the house, and we almost died. It was horrible. So yeah, I would stick with gas. Although I guess you could probably, well, as long as the gas, you see the flames on, you're probably not getting any gas. Well, that's another topic, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so Carla, sorry, I assume everyone knew that you could turn your gas fireplace on and off, and that pretty much everybody these days had a gas fireplace, but probably not. I think it might just be a California thing or maybe a city thing. And a lot of people live in areas where you still have the old-fashioned fireplaces with wood. Now, with my allergies being so bad, whenever I would go to my mom, she had a wood-burning fireplace. And I remember one Thanksgiving, I almost had to go to the emergency room after being in her house for a few hours because I couldn't breathe anymore. All that smoke was just too much for my lungs. I couldn't take it, and I know a lot of people who have ended up in emergency rooms because of the smoke from real fireplaces. So if we had a real fireplace, we wouldn't even be able to use it because of my allergies. I am really, really allergic to that smell and the smoke from real fireplaces. So you guys are really, really lucky if you have a wood-burning fireplace and can enjoy that nice smoky smell. I like the smell of it for the first 5 minutes, but then I get so that I can't breathe, and it gives me asthma, and I swell up and send me to the hospital. Oh, and here's another question from Carla Cook. This one she posted on the video titled Actor Jonathan Bennett Honored with a Star in the Palm Springs Walk of the Stars. She says, I'm curious, did he know who you were? you all look so natural standing together like friends. No, I've never met Jonathan Bennett before. I just happened to be in a really good spot there filming that video. And during the video, if you watched it all the way through, I mean, it was like 36 minutes long, so most people didn't make it to the end. But a couple of people said during the video that he's very, very friendly, which he is, and you can see that in the video. And someone was saying one of the things they really liked about him was that these days, most people, when they come up to you, to a famous person like Jonathan, an actor, and they ask you, they don't ask you for an autograph anymore like they did in the old days. They ask you for a selfie. And they said he's always so accommodating and so friendly and always willing to take a selfie with a fan. And not only that, but he always wants the person to get the best video, the best photograph that they can, the best selfie of them together. So he always makes sure and points them in the right direction. So, the light is coming towards them instead of behind them where you end up with just a silhouette. So not only does he agree to the selfie, but then he helps the person get a really good selfie where they both look really good. So that was really nice. So they were talking about that. A couple of people mentioned that during the ceremony. So after the ceremony, I was standing, just a few feet away from him. And I think they even said, if you want a selfie with Jonathan, come on up and get a selfie with Jonathan standing at his star. So I was standing right there. So I just kind of grabbed him and I kind of had to put my arm around him because he was being pulled in, 25 different directions by everybody wanting a picture or to talk to him or whatever. So I just kind of put my arm around him and he turned around and, I asked him for a selfie. He said, oh, sure. And so afterwards I just said, congratulations on your star and thank you, for the selfie. And so we were just talking for just like, a few seconds, and he was very friendly, very nice. And that's why it looked like maybe we knew each other, but we didn't. He's just a very friendly, very nice person. I can tell you, I used to live in Hollywood many, many years ago, and I did run into a couple of celebrities who were really not nice at all. They were really, there was one, I'm not going to mention his name, he was an actor, and he was like one of my favorite actors at the time, but he was so nasty and so mean and so rude, I was really shocked. And after that, I was like, I'm not going to watch any of his movies anymore. So I started off with a question from Dogs Are Family, and I was going to end with another question from Dogs Are Family. In the beginning, he suggested that I do a video like this, but then later on in a different video, he actually left some questions in case I did decide to do a video like this. And I was going to answer some of those questions, and I can't find that question anymore. So I'll find it, and I think what I'll do, since I've already answered a lot of questions, and this video is probably already going to be a half hour, I think I'll just end here today, and I will maybe start the next video where I answer viewer questions with his other questions. There were some really good questions. So if you have questions you want me to answer, leave them in the comments, and I might just read them on the next video.